Welcome back. House Republicans held their own hearing this week to determine the origins of COVID-19. 600,000 Americans have died from this virus, but Speaker Nancy Pelosi has refused to schedule even a single hearing on any committee to investigate the origins. Why aren't the Democrats wanting to get to the bottom of the origins of this pandemic? House Oversight Committee ranking member James Comer led the week's GOP hearing, and he joins me right now. James, it's great to have you this weekend. Thanks very much for being here. I put that question to you. Why weren't your Democrat colleagues with you at this hearing?
I believe the Democrats realized that Donald Trump was right all along. This was a pandemic that was started in Wuhan, China. I think they realized that President Trump was right all along. The World Health Organization complied with China's lies to cover it up. We had 4 tremendous, respectable, scientific witnesses there. They all provided valuable testimony. I think that was the most productive hearing we've had this entire Congress. And what we learned was there's overwhelming evidence to sustain the fact that the virus probably originated in the Wuhan lab. And there isn't any evidence to support the initial theory by the WHO and by Dr. Fauci that this somehow started from an animal somewhere in China and spread to a human.
The next question has to be, was this a biological weapon? Is this a soft war with China?
We asked that question, and several of the witnesses feared that that may have been the purpose behind the whole research project to begin with. And I think that's a question that the Democrats should be trying to determine the answer. That's a question that the Biden administration should be demanding that China answer. What exactly were you doing in that Wuhan lab? We know pretty much for a fact that this virus started in the Wuhan lab. Now, was it an accident or was it intentional? And the next question, as you mentioned, Maria, was this part of some type of effort to create a biological weapon to reduce the population of their country or our country or another country? China is up to no good. We see it every day with them stealing our intellectual property, with their spying efforts and the manipulation of their currency. And now we know that they were up to no good in this Wuhan lab, and they've lied about it the whole time. Perhaps we could have found evidence and a vaccine sooner and saved lives sooner. But China lied about this, and they continue to lie about this. And the fact that the Democrats don't want to hold a single hearing to try to determine the origination so that we can, first of all, prevent this from happening in the future, and secondly, to hold China accountable is shocking to me.
Shocking. It's absolutely extraordinary. What are we going to do about it?
Well, if the Democrats continue to sit on their hands and turn a blind eye to trying to hold China accountable, then the Republicans are going to continue to do what we did last week. We're going to hold hearings. We're going to invite the media. We're going to be transparent about the evidence that we're accumulating. We've learned very recently, Republicans have, that the military took over that lab. We've learned that the Chinese Communist Party destroyed evidence that would link the origination back to the lab. We've learned that the World Health Organization complied with this. We've learned that America had no representation for many months on the WHO because Chuck Schumer wouldn't confirm America's representative on the board. So there's a lot of facts that have come out because of Republicans' investigation. And the things that the American people want to know with respect to COVID, the Democrats just act like it's not a priority. It's not important.
This is a sorry state of affairs, Congressman. It's incredibly disturbing. Please come back soon to give us an update. We so appreciate your leadership on this. Thank you, sir. Congressman James Comer joining us there.